I remember when I got the phone call, I think from my father, telling me my mom had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and I was in my mid-20s. I knew nothing about breast cancer, I just assumed you died. And I remember being very upset, and someone, an older colleague, saying to me, "It's okay, you know, breast cancer isn't a death sentence." So I knew nothing about it. So when my mom was diagnosed in 1986, I remember her, and she was a very outspoken, you know, she didn't keep anything quiet. And I remember her saying, "I'm going to tell everybody that I have breast cancer, and I'm going to talk about it. And I don't care if I'm bald and, you know, sick with chemo. I want people to know."
I was involved with Living Beyond Breast Cancer since 1995, when we interviewed Jean at the Wayne Hotel. And I wanted to make sure that she was able to create the vision that she talked about when we first met with her.
I was lucky enough to see her early in the years of Living Beyond Breast Cancer, when she was still trying to figure out how to take the organization from what started in this small little basement, if you will, to a much broader organization.
Jean's a very strategic thinker with a vision and a passion for the mission, and she's really grown it into what it is today.
Breast cancer advocacy started, you know, in the early 90s when I was working actually for Allison Schwartz when she was in the state Senate, and we had put together a women's health initiative, and I had worked with a lot of the breast cancer advocates, and I was really inspired by what they were doing. I mean, they were learning from the AIDS advocates, and they were saying, you know, we're gonna make the world different for women with breast cancer. And I was fortunate to get involved with the National Breast Cancer Coalition in the early years. So for me, it's not about breast cancer, it's about helping women become informed, educated advocates.
When I was re-diagnosed with breast cancer 9 years ago, one of my first phone calls was to LBBC and specifically to Jean. She's very passionate about what she does, and it shows every day.
Jean Sachs is a gem. She's really our ambassador-in-chief, and I think she's just a wonderful spokesperson for LBBC, and we're very lucky to have her.
I really believe the best way to fight a disease or any hardships in your life is to become informed and to get support, to find other people who've walked that walk and connect with them. Learn as much as you can, and then you can, you know, you can take it on. And I think that's what we do at Living Beyond Breast Cancer.
I realize that while it is an extraordinary agency for a lot of reasons and a lot of energy from a lot of people, the core of that remains Jean Sachs.
So I feel humbled to be recognized. It's shared with my staff, many who have been with me for more than a decade, as well as my board members who are all volunteers, who walk right beside me. We do everything together. We're very collaborative, and it's shared with them. The hardest thing about getting the Founders Award is that my mom's not here to see me, because she's the person who would care the most. And she passed away in December of lung cancer after surviving breast cancer for 25 years. She was a true believer in the organization. I think she attended every single conference. This fall conference last November was the first conference she didn't attend because she was home with hospice at that point. So now I feel that it's part of what I need to do to keep her memory alive and help others. So getting the Founders Award is a way for me to, an opportunity for me to think about her and honor her life.